Another local case of interest, I represented Danny Barnett, and this was involving the city of Jonesboro. Now, obviously, my office is located in the city of Jonesboro, so you can understand I may have ruffled a bunch of feathers regarding the powers that be here in Clayton County. What had happened is my client, at the time, he was running for sheriff, or police chief, I should say, police chief of the city of Jonesboro. The city of Jonesboro had already appointed a person to be the interim city police chief. But the problem that happened is my client, he was a police officer himself previously, and so he knew a little bit of background as far as the person that they were putting up for chief of police. And what he did is the media had contacted him and said, why do you think you're a better candidate than the person that is already there serving as the chief of police, and they were going to appoint this person? Well, he brought out the fact that this person who was running had been appointed already chief of police temporarily and was going to be permanently appointed, had had a criminal conviction on his record for indecent exposure, number one. Number two, that he had not paid his child support. And number three, previously he was a police officer in Henry County, and they caught him taking money from the evidence room. He had taken a bunch of cash right after they had seized a bunch of money, and so it was gone, and then the next day, miraculously, it appeared back. The point of it is, my client, the information that he gave was true. All of it was proved true. The acting chief at the time had had a conviction for indecent exposure. He had exposed himself to one or two other people and had been convicted of that. Number two, he had a large amount of money due past child support. And number three, he was not fired, but he was written up for his actions regarding the money that was missing from the evidence room that was subsequently returned. He was never charged. He was admonished for his conduct and the reason that he conducted himself in that manner. So what happened was, after that, my client, of course, he never got the job for the chief of police based upon him, bringing this up to the attention of the news media. They asked him about it, but the city of Jonesboro held it against him because they contended that he went to the media to spread this information, to give them this information, and so therefore they did not hire him as the chief of police. What had happened as a result of that is we ended up filing a lawsuit against the city of Jonesboro for retaliation. The fact that he didn't get the job, he was more qualified, he didn't have a criminal record, he didn't have this baggage, but they didn't appoint him basically because the news media picked this up and gave the city of Jonesboro a black eye because they already had hired this guy on a temporary basis, and they should have either known about it, because obviously it's easy to do a background check, or if they did know about it, they just turned a blind eye to it and did not consider it before appointing him. So my client was denied that right. We filed the lawsuit in federal court against the city of Jonesboro, took it all the way to federal court, and as a result of that, we were successful in getting him a substantial verdict because his constitutional rights to First Amendment speech were violated just simply because he told the press the truth. So that was a very important case for the preservation of our rights and the First Amendment rights, and also the fact that not only the city of Jonesboro, but nobody can operate that way and retaliate for you exercising your freedom of speech. And so I thought that was a very interesting case that also got a lot of publicity here, not only in the city of Jonesboro, but statewide because of what transpired.